Greetings and salutations, everybody. Lord X here, coming at you once again with another episode of the Glitched Out Gaming Report. And I do apologize for missing the past 2 Mondays, but hey, I'm here today. We are getting an episode recorded. If Audacity and my computer will actually behave and stop freezing up. I've actually tried to start doing this episode about 3 times right now, and things are still like freezing up a little bit. So I'm not exactly sure on how the audio quality may turn out on this one. If it's absolutely dreadful, I am sorry. Kind of the same. Well, last week I did have an episode recorded, but I really wasn't happy with it. I think it was for Monday. Yeah, this past Monday, but I wasn't really pleased with it. Or no, sorry, not this Monday, last Monday. Because I talked about the Nintendo Direct and all of that. And yeah, I just wasn't feeling that episode after, so I had to scrap it. Was happy with it. I don't produce the best quality content anyway, but yeah, that episode was really bad, even with my standards. But hey, we're here this week. I've got a few things to talk about, a few news stories. Apples on the video I put up about Glitched Out happening, well, today or last night. Had a thing he wants me to talk about, so I'll dive into that a little bit. We got some comments to go over. And all that jazz. I think Aaron B posted it on OGS as well, but it's kind of buried right now, so I'm probably not going to go digging for that. Anyways, let's kick off this episode as I kick off every episode with what I've been playing, and fairly simple this week. I started up Yakuza Kiwami, really haven't dove into it very much yet, just like the opening little segment. Looks good. Can't wait to really dive deep and sink my teeth into that game. Hopefully not killing another 110 hours of my life this year on a Yakuza game. Don't have time for it. Mario is right around the corner, and so is the SNES Classic, which is releasing tomorrow. I've played Metroid Samus Returns a fair bit now. I think I'm like 5 hours in cumulative, outside of just like screwing around, looking around, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm really loving it. It's so good to play a 2D Metroid game again. Like, oh, love it. Absolutely love it. And finally I've been playing some more Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, working my way through Chapter 3 now. Still loving that game. Fantastic tactical shooter. Never thought I would say that about a Mario game, but it is so good. And once you start learning this, like, specific skills of each of the characters, oh, combat can flow so cool. It's really good. And the final thing that I have been playing within these past 2 weeks, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, in my opinion, Final Fantasy IX, dropped on the PlayStation 4, complete with some of the stuff that was put into the Final Fantasy VII PS4 release, and PC release is the same thing for Final Fantasy IX. It's the PC port coming over. You got the speed up, you got the turn off random encounters, you got the battle assistant, you have, which is kind of annoying for the Final Fantasy IX one, because it automatically fills your trance gauge, and you got to view like the, not cutscene, but they take a moment out of battle to show like Zidane's gone in trance, Steiner's gone in trance, Vivi's gone in trance. That's a tad annoying. I think I can turn that off. I can't remember though, and I haven't really checked yet. And another one called 999, which allows you to do 9,999 damage, regardless of who you are or what weapons you're using. And there's also some built-in cheats within the game too, like max skill and that, but using those do disable trophies, which are also in the game. And as soon as I knew this game was coming, I'm like, I gotta do it. I gotta get the platinum in this game. Everything else gets shoved to the side. Yakuza Kiwami, not going to bother with that anymore. Galgun, which also I've been playing because it went on sale for like $7.50, so I picked that up and been playing that off and on. It's really weird. So I was like, yeah, I'm getting this platinum no matter what else. I'll put Mario plus Rabbids aside. I'll put Mario Odyssey aside until I get this platinum trophy. And then I looked at the trophy list. For the most part, a lot of time-consuming trophies. There's a lot there where you have to do a lot of stuff, and a few missable ones at that. And then there is the trophies. 2 of them. One of them specifically bad. One of them maybe would be possible for me after a lot of practice. But if you thought dodging 200 lightning bolts in a row in Final Fantasy X was bad, it holds nothing to the torture that is jumping rope 1,000 times in a row without tripping in Final Fantasy IX. Now, people there may be better at this kind of rhythm game than me. Maybe my controller sucks. It's getting rather old right now, and I haven't taken out my new one yet. But, yeah, I've gotten 35. That's the highest I've gotten, and it's so annoying. Because every time I do it, I'm like, I'm never seeing that Final Fantasy IX Platinum trophy. I can probably get every other trophy in the game throughout time, which I probably will. I will do that at least, especially with the game cheats that are there for you to help you out through the game and make stuff a lot easier and faster. So in one way, it's kind of possible to maybe get so far in that, but yeah, that 1,000 jump rope trophy really broke my soul when I saw it. I'm like, no, oh, that's like putting. That's just like putting, I don't know what, your firstborn child in front of you, then just beating it with a hammer. That's how I felt when I looked at that. I'm like, no, it's so heartbreaking. But anyways, still, Final Fantasy IX is now on PS4. It looks great. It still plays great. Love that game. Love the characters. I could go on for days about how fucking amazing that game is. And if Glitched Out had a Hall of Greats first inductee, absolutely. From me, anyway. Izzy would, I don't know. Izzy might put in Shenmue. But who knows? Maybe we'll tell that in the future. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for what I've been playing this week. So let's dive into the news. And I've got a selfish one here to begin with. And that is the fact that the 5 DLC packs for WWE 2K18 have been revealed. And they are as follows. First up is this is from IGN, by the way. First up, who's this written by? John Wilds. Never heard of him. First up is the Accelerator Pack, which essentially lets you skip player progression and get everything early. Players will gain access to all unlockable content at launch in the game's VC purchasable section, excluding downloadable content. Players can also decide on the overall rankings and attribute levels for all playable characters throughout the life of the product. Also available separately for $4.99 USD. Then the Enduring Icons Pack, which brings back some old favorites. Playable WWE superstars, the Hardy Boys. Playable WWE Hall of Famers, Beth Phoenix, and the Rock and Roll Express. And this will also be sold separately for £7.99 and $9.99 USD. So you can either subscribe to the WWE Network for 1 month, not sponsored by the way, or buy that DLC pack. Which, come on, for the Hardys, that's worth it. Alright, I'm looking at this and I'm going like, I cannot wait for the tag team entrance for the Rock and Roll Express. I can give another OGW superstar that. Same thing with Beth Phoenix, perhaps, because I do believe they are having mixed gender matches now, so you may see some female superstars introduced in OGW this upcoming 3rd season. which will probably start in late November by the time I get people created and stuff started recording. But I do have a plan for the meantime. In between Season 1 and Season 2, I do have some 2K18 plans, so don't worry. Stuff will still be happening each week. Alright, next up you have the My Player Kickstart Pack, which gives custom characters career mode a big boost in the stats department. Players will gain access to unlock and boost My Player ratings and attributes made available at launch as part of this game's My Career mode. Players can also unlock all clothing made available at launch that provides attribute boost in My Career, also available separately for $9.99 USD. And after that is the New Moves Pack, which is filled with extra moves, both current and classic. Explore a wide variety of new in-game moves, including the Tiebreaker, made popular by popular superstar Ty Dillinger, the Crash Landing, made popular by NXT superstar Cassius Ohno, the Pump Handle Death Valley Driver, made popular by NXT superstar Ark Akam, part of the Authors of Pain, which are in the game as well, and the Swinging Sleeper Slam, made popular by WWE Hall of Famer Diamond Dallas Page, DDP. Bang! Have a nice day. Also available separately for $3.99 USD. And finally, there's the NXT Generations Pack, which brings even more WWE and NXT wrestlers to your roster, and aka for the purpose of myself, more entrances and moves for OGW wrestlers. And the superstars that will be playable are Aleister Black, Drew McIntyre, Elias, aka The Drifter, aka Awesomeness, Lars Sullivan, which, by the way, look him up. He is easily becoming a fantastic addition to NXT. And Ruby Riott. So that is freaking amazing that they are putting her in the game. WWE 2K18 will be released for the Nintendo Switch, who knows when, and the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on October the 17th. So that is really great. They've added in a ton of new superstars in this year's game, so in purpose of OGW, look forward to new entrances, new moves. They've showcased some of the create stuff, which you can now do blacklight clothing or glow-in-the-dark clothing as well. Glow-in-the-dark tattoos or blacklight tattoos. This just means that I am going to have a ton of fun creating wrestlers this year for OGW. So some people may get a brand new makeover. Some people especially will get a brand new makeover because I will be trying to replicate the friggin' awesomeness that Alexander Ertz created last year for OGW. So look forward or fear some of that happening, but hey, it's going to be great. Now, also today on Wednesday, we got the Games for Gold and PlayStation Plus lineups for October revealed. So, first off, for Xbox, the Games for Gold. On the Xbox One, you are going to be getting Gone Home Console Edition, regularly $19.99 for the entire month of October, and the Turning Test, which is also regularly $19.99. And the Turning Test will be available October the 16th to November the 15th. And for the Xbox 360, which is also backwards compatible, you will get Rayman 3 Hoodlum Havoc HD, which is regularly priced $9.99, October the 1st to October 15th. And Medal of Honor Airborne, which is regularly priced at $19.99. I don't think I ever played that one. From October the 16th to the 31st. As much as I like Gone Home, this is probably the weakest Xbox games with gold I've seen in quite some time. So, ouch. Ouch for Xbox Live gamers. But hey, Gone Home's good. I've heard decent things about the Turning Test, so hey, it's still free games, or quote-unquote free games. So hey, if you got gold, why not check those out? Gone Home especially, that game is fantastic. Alright, so next up for PlayStation 4. For PlayStation Plus subscribers, there's no price listed here on the Gamitsu article for these. So, for PlayStation 4, you will get Amnesia Collection, which includes Amnesia, the first one, A Dark Descent, I believe, and A Machine for Pigs, the second game, which means that I haven't done it in the longest time. I said I would never, ever go back to those games unless like I hit 100, or no, not 100 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, but maybe I'll do it since it's going to be free. It'll be a good Halloween game, I guess, to stream. You also get Hue from Curve Digital. The big one, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain from Konami. Fuck Konami, but then also fuck myself because I bought this a couple of months ago digital. I only paid like $10 for it, so I'm not that salty about it, but hey, this is cool. You're getting a big game here, a massive 100-hour plus game if you really want to dive deep into it for free. So, again, quote unquote free. Skyforge Anniversary from iDreams. That's also on the Vita as well, by the way, and so is Hue. And also, bonus game until October 23rd. That's You. That's their. Excuse me. Wow, that was really bad. Sorry. And through up until November 7th, if you have a VR, Riggs Mechanical Combat is still free as well. Over on the PlayStation 3, you will get Hustle Kings and Monster Jam Battlegrounds. Not to be mistaken with PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. And also Skyforce Anniversary is on PlayStation 3 as well. So hey, that's cool. Between the two, gotta, my PlayStation bias aside, gotta give it a PlayStation this month. Metal Gear Solid 5, that's an awesome game to give. And PlayStation has been killing it lately. That's really cool. Alright, so with that, folks, that does wrap it up for the news section. Mostly. I did save one spot here for the comment / question that S. Apples asked in my notice video that I put up. So, S. Apples, loyal viewer, fellow newfie and outlaw gamer, said, if you're taking requests, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the Middle-earth Shadow of War loot box debacle. Now, I've vaguely kept up with this, mostly from what I know has been from Jim Sterling. He did a Jimquisition video onto it. Really, really good. Granted, I'm going to probably screw up here because I can't remember half of what he talked about, but I do remember hearing most of this. Single loot boxes, I've never been a fan. Every time I see that, I'm like, man, I don't want to play that game now. Overwatch has them. Don't care about it. Yeah, it's a first-person multiplayer shooter anyway, so I really didn't care. This, though, putting loot boxes into a single-player game. We have gone through many fads from game publishers. We have seen the Season Pass, which is still very much relevant today. Many games, even single-player games, get them. Just talked about one for wrestling, which, my personal opinion, is kind of worth it. I got the digital deluxe edition, which included it anyway. Very happy with all the content I'm getting for the $115 I spent on that pre-order, so I'm happy there. Some games are totally worth it. From what I saw, I think the Star Wars Battlefront 1 Season Pass is up for free right now, which is kind of crazy. Kind of made to grab that myself. Maybe actually buy Battlefront 1. But Battlefront 2 is right around the corner, and I'll get that when it goes cheap. But anyways, yeah, we've seen Season Passes. We've seen the Online Pass, which, ew, to quote Ernest, ew. That game was, that whole fad really annoyed the piss out of me. You could never buy sports games used anymore because you'd be forced to paying like 15, I think $20 sometimes for an online pass, which was horrible. And now we get these loot boxes in single player games. This is the first game to do this. Now, this is bad. This is really bad if you ask me. Like, if this catches on, I can see the nastiness that could come with this. like paying real money just to try and unlock that one costume you really want, but probably spend like 50, 60, 80 bucks on trying to get it. We've seen this kind of in sports games too. They've done like the packs of cards. Like you hear stories about some kids spending thousands of dollars on FIFA on their card packs or whatever, or NHL packs. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. So I guess this isn't the first time this really happened, but the fact that they're loot boxes, that's what's gotten a lot of people to really pay close attention to this one. And this is a single player game. Even with those sports games with packs, they're multiplayer. There's multiplayer aspect to that. So still kind of get it there, but when you do this for a single player game, and this game at its core has not been having any good press around it. There was the tribute that they were doing for their friend and developer that unfortunately passed away with cancer. Rest in peace. They sort of dealt with that now by giving that DLC away for free and saying that they're going to make a donation themselves. But around the time when that was out and people were trying to get answers of, hey, if I buy this in Canada, where's the money going to? You say you're going to donate it, but is it really being donated? How do I know it's being donated? So they had a lot of flack for that. They're getting a ton of flack for this. The game in general, I know, wasn't really anticipated by a lot of people. Personally, I wasn't really looking forward to it. I bought the first one digitally full price and instantly regretted it after. Couldn't get into it. I don't know. For me, it just felt like another basic open world game. The Nemesis system never really hooked me. It's cool. I get the concept and it's interesting, and I'd love to see some other games try and do an adaptation of that eventually, but really not something for me. So, long story short, that was a really big rant around that. Yeah, not a fan. Absolutely not a fan about the loot boxes in a single player game like Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. That game right now it's entering big publisher sequelitis where they're doing everything they can to milk money out of people, and it is not good. And if people fall for it, it's not going to be good for future games moving forward. So my advice to any person out there, no matter how much you were looking forward to Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, don't buy it day one. Don't support this kind of bullshit. Buy it used. Wait till it goes on sale for $10 in about 10 months. I have no intention on buying this game full price. I'll maybe check it out, like I said, if it's under $10. The first one's Game of the Year edition goes on sale now for like anywhere between $3 to $6 Canadian. So I'll wait for that. I'm patient. I don't need to play Middle-earth Shadow of War right away. I got shit like Danganronpa V3 to play, which I'm waiting on my copy to arrive, and oh my god, the pain. But anyways, okay, S apples. I hope you're happy with that and entertained with my ramblings on that. Thank you so much, man, for sending in the requests. And guys, I'd love to hear more of these. I love hearing topics to talk about. Giving my 2 cents worth on them. Mostly because I do stick to positive news. Otherwise, you want to hear a rant from me, ask me my thoughts on something. Just don't ask me about PewDiePie. I ain't going down that rabbit hole. Alright, so questions and comments from the last episode. We did get a few from Aaron B. And my friend, do not apologize for the comment spamming. I love seeing it. So, first off, he said this is in regards to what Switch ports we talked about on the last episode, what Switch ports I would like to see, and I asked you guys what you would like to see. And Aaron wrote in and said XCOM 2 would be cool, although the lack of mods is what's keeping me from getting it on PS4. So a Switch version still might not be enough for me. I actually don't want XCOM 2 on the Switch. I want the first XCOM. But XCOM 2 would be fine as well. Need to get back to that game. Got my ass kicked and never went back. Next comment from him. The quote-unquote Switch tax is pretty clever. Haha, this is the first time I've heard about that. But it's a good name for that extra $10 always tacked on. Yeah, LA Noire is $64.99 Canadian, $54.99 on the other systems. Still way too much for that game. Should have been priced at $29.99 for PS4 and Xbox One, $39.99 Canadian. Okay, heard something rumbling. Yeah. I also loved LA Noire more than most people did. Generally, I'm a sucker for stories in that time period, and the story and writing was so great in that game. Hell yeah, brother. And I struggle to think of any more ports for the Switch besides, of course, the Smash Brothers Wii U, with extra characters, obviously. I can imagine them adding in the Inklings. I think Fallout 4, or any of them really, would also be pretty cool. And finally, from Aaron B., he says, I just remembered a port that I've been saying that they should make since launch if they were smart, and that's Overwatch. That would be a big deal for me, though I have to say that it annoys me to no end that your unlocks from PS4 do not carry over from the PC and vice versa, despite them making you link your Battle.net account. What the hell is the point? Yeah, wow. Damn, Blizzard, you done fucked up there. I might suck it up and get it again despite all of that, though, because it's a game I know I'd play endlessly on the Switch. Yeah, that would be a really cool game on the Switch. Personally, I never played it myself, but yeah, cool. Oh, if they ported it over to the Switch and added in a single-player mode that you could do in a handheld mode anywhere you wanted to go. Oh, that would let me buy Overwatch. I'd definitely buy Overwatch then. No, if they added the story mode on the PS4, I'd buy Overwatch for a story mode. I love their friggin' animation shorts. They're so cool. But anyways, Aaron, thank you so very much. I know some of the OGs were saying Red Dead Redemption. I think either Aaron the Adequate or Soul Nibbler said that. So, cool. Awesome. Alright, so with that, folks, I don't really have a recommendation and pick of the week this week. Pick of the week, Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. It's out now. Go buy it. Golf Story is also out on the Switch, so there you go. That's my recommendation for the PS4 and the Switch. Two great games out this week. Check them out, folks. I think you'll be really, really pleasantly surprised. I'll probably be picking up Golf Story myself. So yeah, boom, shakalaka and all that. Recommendation of the week, I don't have one. Final Fantasy IX on PS4 now. Go play that. That's my recommendation this week, even though I've recommended that game a bunch in the past. And that, folks, is going to do it for me for this week. Even though I said this was going to be a short episode, I still recorded for like 29 minutes by the end of this. Anywho, I've been Lord X. You have been awesome. I'm on Twitter at _Lord X. Over on Twitch at twitch.tv/the_Lord X. Still streaming Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. I'll probably do some more of that later today, actually, on Thursday. Yeah, maybe I'll do that before or after recording Friday Night Fight. But anyways, I am now glitching out.